Welcome back to Life in the ATL. I'm Marcus Ryan, and I'm joined via Zoom today with Payal Nanjiani. She's with the organization Success Within Leadership. Welcome, Payal.
Thank you so much, Marcus. It is such a pleasure to be here with you today.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you as well. Just tell me, if you would, just a little bit about your organization.
So basically, success within leadership, it all started in my life, Marcus, with a question in my mind. Why do we have only a few exceptional leaders in any organization? And that's where it all started from. Success within leadership is a coaching and training company which is dedicated to developing transformed leaders who can innovate, implement, and influence with speed and serenity in any economy, so that the country thrives, the people thrive, and businesses thrive.
Mm. You hit it dead on. I mean, the questions and the difficulties people have setting up businesses and getting involved, and to become a success, there are so many barriers sometimes to people getting involved, and many of those are within their own life and in their own mind. So what do you think,
Absolutely.
why is it that you think so many businesses don't do well? Maybe put it like this, I think your question would be, what is the number one thing that 93% of the entrepreneurs never really think about?
Oh, that's a great one, Marcus. They don't think about optimizing. Now here's the catch. Marcus. Entrepreneurs usually think of optimizing their business, but I am talking much beyond that. I am referring to optimizing themselves as a leader. That's something that most of the entrepreneurs they miss completely. See, you see, Marcus, today most people they work hard on their business. They plan, they develop the marketing skills, the sales pitch. They work, tirelessly to break through the numbers, and yet the needle doesn't move significantly for most of them. And what most entrepreneurs fail to realize, what I have observed while speaking with some of these most successful entrepreneurs is that, what they fail to realize is that wherever they are, whatever you are doing, whatever level you are operating at, nothing is ever going to surpass their leadership level. Nothing. And I really mean nothing, nor their clients, nor their income, nor the status quo, nor the business. So that's something which most of the entrepreneurs, they ignore. They just will not work on optimizing themselves as a leader.
That's well said, very well said, because they're so busy trying to manage the details, the minutia, that they get buried in that, and they don't get a chance to kind of stand back and say, well, wait a minute, who am I? What do I do best? How do I do more of what I do best? And optimizing themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, Marcus, I'll just give you a very classic example on just like what you said right now. These days you read in the news that 75% of businesses are failing in this economy because of the pandemic, and they are struggling. A news like this one, which you hear daily, and you also get it, you also get to hear this from your friends and from those who are in businesses with you and they have suffered during this time. So it's important to step back as an entrepreneur and really think, what does that do to you? Either you are sitting there saying to yourself, OMG, my business isn't going to survive this phase and it's horrible out there. Why did I ever get into this? And nothing is going to happen, and you're going to be in tension and anxiety. What types of actions and results are you going to get when you aren't thinking clearly? Or are you amongst those people who are saying, okay, so 25% of businesses are surviving. How are they doing it? What am I doing wrong? What can I do to make sure that I get to not only survive, but thrive and use this pandemic as an opportunity? So you see that these are two completely extreme spectrums of thinking. And that's the reason why you have to really work on optimizing yourself a whole lot.
Well, and that's a great point, because you bring up the idea that during the pandemic, everything is topsy-turvy, and they're almost laid bare. to where they say, what am I doing? Why am I doing it? How am I doing it? Should I continue doing it? And how do I make something out of this? And as bad as that is, it really is an opportunity for them to rethink who they are and to figure out how, as you can, I hate to use the word all again, but to optimize who they are, what they do, and how they do it.
Absolutely, absolutely, Marcus. That's so nailed it.
Mm-hmm. Well, talk to me a little bit, if you can, about strategies that you would suggest for leaders, because we have a lot of small businesses listening and watching. And what would you say they can do because they hit that wall? Like people run marathons, they hit a wall and they just feel like they can't go past it. What would you suggest to them to kind of forge ahead, to keep moving, keep the momentum building?
Marcus, I would come up with a few of them that I personally have used when I've applied it in my own life, in my own business. I've been 21 years doing what I'm doing, and now we are expanding outside of America. Here's what I would really suggest. Number one would be keep building your brand. Most of these entrepreneurs, what happens is we start to feel that okay, we've just got what we have, and people recognize us, and that should be good. I cannot stress this enough, that you've got to keep building your brand continuously. It never stops. It hasn't ever stopped for me in so many years. Now, second, I would say number two, adjust your product, adjust your service with the market trends. These are not unprecedented times. Yes, these are challenging times, but businesses have always been evolving. That's how we've come from this industrial age to the AI age. So you have to keep making sure that you adjust your product and services to the market trends in any economy that you are at. I would say help your clients through their problems. No doubt, everyone is in a problem. You, me, anyone. We're all facing this pandemic issues right now. But you've got to think from the mindset of your clients. What types of problems they are having when they are in what they are doing. Fourth, I'll give five, Marcus, here. Fourth is, I would say, differentiate yourself every time. Entrepreneurs feel that, and it's a normal tendency to feel that if they have a great product, if they have a great service, and you tend to get that feeling, that's it. I've reached where at least I have a great product. Let me tell you, there are hundreds and thousands of startups in Silicon Valley ready to disrupt your product, ready to just get through your service and have something better. So if you're not constantly differentiating yourself in the market out there, it's going to be, you're going to be stagnant. You're going to not thrive. You're going to only just survive for a certain period of time. And lastly, I would say, trust the process. You've planted the seed, and you just don't see anything, but you begin to feel that everything in the universe is set up against you. So you've got to trust the process, that if you have this idea, if you've built on it and you've come till here, it's going to help you to move forward. And even if you don't see anything, there's a lot happening underground. You just have to trust the process. And those are some strategies, very quick ones that can be applied immediately by just anyone.
That is brilliant. I've got to tell you, what you just said in those couple of minutes, the synthesis you did to bring all those components together was brilliant. And that idea and it really just struck me when you said, okay, you're the person struggling with what they need to do, and to stop and look and say, what do my customers need? What are they facing? And what are the opportunities that I can do to help serve them? It really kind of takes them out of that idea of looking at themselves, and it opens up probably areas that they had never thought of. That was, what you just said in those couple of minutes should be a book. Brilliant. That is wonderful. It's so. I hate the fact that we're so limited in time, because you have so many gems, and you're clearly success within leadership. You are the definition of success within leadership. Thank you very much for taking time to join us via Zoom. We hope that we can get together with you again soon, maybe even in the studio.
Thank you so much, Marcus.